Hey guys, so I'm waiting to go into work, and I came really early because, oh my goodness, because I came really early because it was raining and I thought it would be slick, and then it wasn't, so I'm just gonna film, and because I use my phone, it just looks like I'm watching something, so hopefully people don't care. um, yeah, I'm going to talk about A Raisin in the Sun, a book that I read in a class I took, like, recently. So, I had to write a paper over the American Dream, and that's why I had to read it. And I actually really liked it. I know there's a movie. I've not watched the movie. Should I watch the movie? Is it good? I don't know. If you've watched it, let me know, and then maybe I'll watch it and do a review. But I liked the play. It was just like reading it. I didn't watch the play, but it was cool. It talked about a lot of important things, and there were really cool elements to it. Do I think like it's the best thing I've ever read? No, but I've had to read a lot of plays for classes that I've been in, and none of them have been good. You can find reviews for. I think I did one over Romeo and Juliet. I did not. If not, I know it was in my 2021 like best books I read in like ranking list. I didn't do one of those reviews for 2022 because I only read like a short. I think I only read like 10 books last year, and I didn't think it was worth it because most of them were comics anyway, so like I didn't think it was worth it, and I talked about a lot of them before, so basically just if you've watched my other stuff, you already knew kind of what my thoughts on the books were. But I've already this year in March have read more books than I read in 2021. So in 2022. So I'm definitely making one for 2023. But like my thoughts on Macbeth, which is one of them I read, was like it wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible. It wasn't great. But my thoughts on Romeo and Juliet was it was I can't remember if Little Fires Everywhere or Romeo and Juliet was my worst book of 2021, but I hated both of them. So, do not recommend reading them. Not good. It's not good. Both those books are terrible. Do not read Little Fires Everywhere. Please save yourself from the torture. I had to read that for an English class. It was so bad. It was so bad. Moving on now. But with this, I liked it. It talked about a lot of really important things that like talked about race and basically just like after World Wars, the World Wars, and it was like just that time period. It didn't specify when it was, but it was around that time period when World War One and World War Two were happening, and it was like talking about the racism that these people faced, and like being the man of the household and what a woman was supposed to do, and it was good. It talked about some cool stuff, and although yes, some of it was obviously dated because the book was written a long time ago, it still was good. Like it was written well. Um, oh, but yeah, I actually liked it quite a bit. Um, the characters were good. It's a really short read. I think it was only like 150 pages, so it took me about 3 hours, I'd say, and most of that's just because I also had to do assignments with it. Because so yeah, it wasn't that big of a read. It at max 3 hours, maybe even two. Um, but it was good. It was a good book. I liked it. Quick and easy too. I loved the messages. The messages were written well. All of it made sense. The characters had flaws, but they also had parts that made them special. It was just overall, it was fun. Like it. There were parts that made me very sad. Like it brought emotion out of me in the book, and although I will never read this again, I did have a good time, and I was shocked because almost every single book I've read for a class that I've been in, I don't like. I think I read Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry. I loved that book when I read it. I haven't read it since, but I loved that book. That's one that I liked. What else? Hmm. Trying to think. I don't think there's any other ones that I liked at all. And Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry was one of my favorite books I read that year. And although this probably won't end up being one of my favorites, it'll probably be towards the end of the ranking list. Just because it doesn't have that huge of an impact on me. Like, I'm not gonna ever want to read it again. Well, many of the books that I've read this year with Heartstopper and that kind of stuff have, and I will read again. It does it's good. It does a good job, and I really liked it. It was good. They did a great job. Um, I love the tone of voice. That's something they really did well with this. Is each character had such a distinct tone, and like you, although it said who was speaking, you could, even if it didn't, you could tell what was going on, and it was good. The tone was great. The humor, although there wasn't a whole lot of humor, it was good. The serious parts were done well too. Um, Walt Linder, when he came and asked for them, like, he wanted to buy the house from them so they didn't move in. That made me so mad. Like, it's supposed to. And, like, it was done well. So, I would recommend this. Is it, like, the most fantastic book I've ever read? No. But did I have a good time? Yeah. So, if you're looking for a book about, like, Black history and that kind of stuff, it's a good time. If you're looking for a new play, read this rather than The Cursed Child. Like, I will always make fun of The Cursed Child. Always. And like, yeah, it's good. If you end up reading it for some class that you're in, it's not bad. So don't be too upset about it. It's good. That's really all my thoughts on that are. That's it with that. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. I love you all 3000, and please stay safe. Bye, guys.